Good afternoon, you guys. I just realized it's been 2 weeks since I posted on here. I'm sorry. School has been school. I've been busy with it. Um, so the latest news on school. I did that test, that statistics test, and I was like, well, I don't know how I did it. I don't think I did terribly great, but maybe it's just my feelings. I don't know. Who knows? So I waited and I checked in Monday. And my teacher's like, Nick, I would suggest you drop this class because you didn't use any of the correct formulas for any of the problems. And I was like, oh, interesting. So I ended up dropping the class Monday. So I'm not taking statistics anymore, but I'm taking my nonprofit management class. And that's pretty fun class, I will say. It is it's really interesting. Something that's kind of okay. So I have decided, it's been several years, that when people call, like, hi, how are you? And everybody's like, oh, I'm good, how are you? I'm good. Big whoop. Well, why don't we all, like, we're all just great. And it's always, I'm good, how are you? I'm good. But who is really actually good? Not saying that I'm not good. So anyways, so I walked into class yesterday, Tuesday, and I was late. Shame on me. I got into class and the teacher was talking, and she's talking like the class is an online class and an in-person class. Thankfully, I am the in-person edition, so that's pretty sweet. So anyways, she was talking to the online portion, and then she looks at me and she's like, hi Nick, how are you? And I was like, amazing. And she's like, what? You're amazing? That's amazing. Oh, and then she just went off on how we all need to change up our, like, she's like, wow, having just that's right. So the reason why I don't say I'm good is because everybody else says I'm good. How are you? I'm good. It's just the pat answer. It's just required. It's like, well, if you, and for instance, back in the day, it's been probably a decade or something. This kid, I was walking to church, and I was at church, and I walked by this kid, and he's like, hi Nick, how are you? And I was like, I'm terrible. I wasn't terrible at all, but I was like, I'm terrible. And he's like, oh, that's good. Huh? And that just made me so happy, because it's like, we don't think about what we're saying, oh, do we? Well, not in this instance. So I've started, well, I haven't started, I've been saying for years, I'm amazing, I'm good, I'm terrific, I'm fantastic, I'm stupendous, I'm incredible, I'm just broaden your vocabulary. It's fun just to like, well, what word haven't I said in a while? One time, I came into the office, into work. It's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago or something. I came in here, and the secretary's like, hi Nick, how are you? And I was like, I am superfluous. I didn't know what superfluous meant, and I still am on the questionable side. But it doesn't mean superfluous. I think it means like whatever. They don't really care. And it wasn't what I was meaning. I was like, I just like the word. I just thought it sounded cool. And so, yeah, don't use superfluous when someone says, how are you doing? It doesn't exactly work out so great. But, yeah, I walked into class yesterday, and amazing, and she was just so thrilled. And throughout the whole class, she's like, well, why don't we all have an amazing day? And I was like, okay. So yeah, it was good. And then on top of all that, today I'm walking into work. I normally try to park. I have not been doing it lately, for like the last couple of years, because I've hurt my hip. I tore my labrum, and it hurts to walk. Well, I used to park at the farthest parking spot possible, and I'd walk in across the parking lot. Big whoop. It's not that big. And, I don't know, 10, 20 parking spots. Anyways, so I am out there, and I walk in, and this girl walks up, and she's like, can I say something to you? And I was like, sure, yeah, cool. She was like, I've been working here for a year. The business right next to the doctor's office that I work at is Beaumod in Coeur d'Alene, or in Hayden, Idaho. So, she was like, well, I've been working here for a year, and I am just so impressed with your style, like, and I was like, okay. People tend to be, I don't want to say, I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody at all. Please do not take it this way. But people are surprised that I'm actually trying to do something with my life. I'm trying to walk further. I'm trying to work on work. I'm trying to have my own life. And I don't know, she was like, I'm just really, I'm, you have my full support. She was very impressed, and I was like, well, thank you. So it just is heartwarming when you hear something like that. Like, that was super nice. So, you should be super nice to somebody else, some random person. I've never seen her. Maybe I've seen her, but I've never talked to her. But now we have. So, yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say right now. So, I'll try to be back within less than 2 weeks. I'm sorry that it took me so long. I've just been busy with school, and then I've been trying to work as much as possible. And then therapy. No, I have not been doing therapy. But I've been working for my therapy doctor's office. Yeah, that's a whole setup. So I've been trying to work with their nonprofit, and so that's been exciting. So, yeah, I guess I'm out of here. See ya.